The demand came exactly as protocol dictated, translated into every known language, compressed into neutrino pulses, and broadcast across all electromagnetic bands. It arrived with ceremonial gravity. The message was flawless, emotionless, and absolute. This system is now under jurisdiction of the Virelian Dominion. Lay down all weapons, power down military infrastructure. Surrender is mandatory. Resistance will be met with planetary cleansing. Across the observation deck of the Dominion flagship unending verdict, High Strategist Ka-Rith watched Earth rotate slowly beneath the viewport. Blue oceans, swirling clouds, fragile continents, a world loud with radio chatter and primitive fusion signatures, a world that, statistically, should already be afraid. Yet something was wrong. There was no panic spike in transmissions, no frantic evacuation of orbital platforms, no attempt to hide military assets. Instead, the noise increased. Ka-Rith's mandibles clicked in irritation. Have they not understood the ultimatum? The translation drone pulsed. Message confirmed delivered, repeated 6 times. Clarity index absolute. Then why do they not comply? Before the drone could answer, a junior analyst spoke, voice tight with confusion. Strategist. They are responding. Ka-Rith straightened. On what channel? All of them. The human reply did not come as a formal communique. It came as a single, open-band transmission, raw and unfiltered, bleeding across space with deliberate disrespect for protocol. A human stood before a camera, middle-aged, wearing worn military fatigues, with no insignia Ka-Rith recognized. Behind him, others moved, calmly technicians, soldiers, officers preparing, not fleeing. The human leaned forward, eyes tired and amused. You boys talk a lot, he said, but here's the thing. He smiled. We don't surrender. Behind him, a metallic clack echoed as someone racked at a weapon. The transmission cut. Silence filled the bridge of the unending verdict. Ka-Rith felt something unfamiliar tighten in his thorax. That was not fear. It was irritation. Proceed with invasion timetable, he ordered. They will learn. Humanity had learned it long ago. They had learned it when their own skies burned during their first global war. They had learned it when extinction-level weapons were pointed inward by their own hands. They had learned it when monsters were not alien, but human, and survival meant stubborn refusal to die quietly. By the time humanity reached the stars, surrender had already been removed from their cultural vocabulary. The Dominion fleet entered the system in flawless formation, 200 capital ships, 1,000 escorts, planetary siege engines glowing with star-killing energy. Against them, Earth's defenses looked laughably small patchwork orbital stations, outdated cruisers, mass drivers built into asteroids. Ka-Rith expected chaos. Instead, human ships advanced. Not retreating, not hiding. Advancing. Sensors reported something stranger still. Strategist, they are powering weapons well beyond safe thermal limits. That is impossible, Ka-Rith snapped. Their reactors cannot sustain. The first human salvo struck. It was crude by Dominion standards. No elegant energy beams, no phase-shifted antimatter lances. Just raw mass. Asteroids. Down scenes of them. Each one accelerated to obscene velocities by planetary rail systems humanity had built for mining, not war. They slammed into Dominion escorts like thrown mountains. Shields flared, hulls ruptured, ships shattered. Ka-Rith steered as 3 destroyers vanished in expanding clouds of plasma. They weaponized rocks, a commander whispered. They weaponized everything, Ka-Rith replied grimly. The battle escalated. Dominion energy cannons carved through human formations, slicing cruisers apart in brilliant arcs of light. Human ships exploded, debris scattering like sparks. And still, they advanced. Human pilots did not disengage when shields failed. They rammed, they detonated reactors manually. They drove crippled ships into enemy formations, sacrificing themselves with grim precision. Casualty projections rose rapidly. Ka-Rith felt irritation turning into something colder. Deploy suppression fleets, target command centers. Strategist, an analyst said quietly, they're broadcasting again. Ka-Rith hesitated, then nodded. The same human officers appeared. This time, alarms blared behind him. Smoke curled through the room. You still listening? He asked, voice steady despite the chaos. Good. He gestured off-screen. You see, we know we can't outgun you, can outnumber you, never could. He leaned closer, eyes hard now. But you made one mistake. Calrith felt his claws dig into the command console. You came here thinking we wanted to live forever. The officer straightened. We just wanted to make damn sure you didn't. The feet cut again. Moments later, something unprecedented happened. Human signals vanished. Not jammed, not destroyed. Gone. Every human ship went dark. No emissions, no power signatures, just drifting hulls and cold wreckage. Confusion rippled through the Dominion fleet. They've surrendered. A commander said cautiously. System power is collapsing. Life signs minimal. Calrith studied the data. It made sense. Humanity had lost nearly half its fleet. Earth's orbital defenses lay in ruins. Strategic targets burned. But instinct screamed. No, it said slowly, they are not finished. As if summoned by his words, space itself seemed to ripple. From behind Earth's moon, from the shadows of debris fields, from places Dominion sensors had dismissed as harmless junk, human weapons ignited. Thousands of hidden platforms powered up simultaneously. Mining drones refitted as missile carriers, civilian freighters packed with nuclear devices, forgotten warships humanity had mothballed centuries ago, reactivated and pushed beyond design limits. And beneath it all, Earth itself stirred. Continental mass drivers rotated skyward. Deep core reactors surged. The planet became a weapon. Calrith felt true fear for the first time, as energy readings spiked beyond known thresholds. They're overloading their own world. An analyst cried, they'll tear their mantle apart. Yes, Calrith whispered, and they know it. Are fired. Not beams. Not missiles. A gravitational pulse. Artificially induced by synchronized mass shifts and reactor detonations. It warped local space just enough to destabilize Dominion shields. Ships collided, formation collapsed, energy feedback cascaded. Human weapons followed immediately. Everything they had left. The Dominion fleet burned. Capital ships broke apart under concentrated fire. Command vessels vanished in nuclear blossoms. The unending verdict shuddered violently as systems failed one by one. Calrith was thrown from his station as the deck lurched. Emergency jump, someone screamed. It's too late, another replied. Through the viewport, Calrith watched, Earth scarred, burning, still defiant fill his vision. Humanity was not winning, but they were not losing either. They were ending it. The final human transmission cut through the chaos, weak but clear. The officer was gone. In his place stood a younger human, bloodied, eyes blazing with something fierce and unbreakable. We told you, she said simply, we don't surrender. She raised her weapon. And we always reload. The signal vanished as the last human strike hit the Dominion flagship. When the war ended, the galaxy reeled. Earth was devastated, oceans boiled in places, cities lay in ruins, billions were dead. But humanity endured. In the Dominion, broken, shattered, his fleets reduced to drifting wreckage and silent tombs. Galactic historians would later struggle to explain it. How a species so young defied an empire sold. How logic failed against laughter. How surrender was met with a reload. But among the stars, one truth spread faster than light. Never demand humans kneel. Because if you do, they won't back. They won't flee. They'll smile and pull the trigger one last time.